You know, one of the most important things that we do here as a church, every weekend before the sermons, we have what's called a Worldview segment. We actually started these Worldview segments back in November of 2022. Since then, we've had 60 different individual themes that we've introduced during this period of time in our services. And the reason we do it is simply, we believe we exist as a church, as a spiritual crossroads, where moral, cultural, social, political, economic issues collide or intersect with biblical truth. We base this on a verse of scripture out of the Old Testament, 1 Chronicles 12:32, where it says, the sons of Issachar had wisdom regarding the times in which they lived, and they knew what they should do. Contextually in that chapter, many of the tribes were defecting from King Saul and pledging their loyalty to the anointed king, King David. The sons of Issachar were one of the tribes that defected. They came to David on that particular day in 1 Chronicles chapter 12. And the Bible says, what was their specialty? What did they bring to the table for King David? It was that they were strategic in their thinking. Christians today, the church today, must be strategic and discerning in our thinking. Why? We need two things. We need to be informed so that we could know how to pray, so that number two, we could be empowered to act. Those two things. It's not knowledge for the sake of knowledge. It's not information for the sake of information, but that knowledge and information becomes the foundation for our praying so that we could be more targeted, specific, and effective in our praying because we know what we're praying for and what we're praying about and, of course, whom we're praying to. But prayer alone is not enough. Faith without works is dead. We must be energized, empowered to actually do something to act. So knowledge and prayer should result in action. The church in these last days must be motivated to take concrete steps towards making a difference in our world. And there are multiple ways we can do that. You can be engaged in charitable works. You could be an advocate for justice. You can support those in need. You could run for political office. You could start a nonprofit. Any endeavor that is Christ-centered and is shining the light of Christ in a dark world to make the world a better place is within the realm of us not just sitting, but doing something. We need to champion the cause of Christ and others in these last days. The Apostle Peter said this in Acts 2:40, you're to save yourself from this wicked, twisted, and perverse generation. And we live in that type of a generation. But not only are we to save ourselves, in the process, we're to help save others, share the light with others. And as times get tougher, sermons can't keep getting weaker. In a world of lies, we must continue to deal in the truth.